Listen to me, Mr. Ponderer. We need to go back to the past. We need to find out if it's cheaper. The cost of living these days is killing me. Great Scott! The price of 1.21 gigawatts.
Cost of living. We are currently in 2023 undergoing what's called a cost of living crisis, where the prices have gone right up, and anybody who disbelieves that only needs to go down the local supermarket and you will see that the prices are really high. I've been down our co-op and seen that. The question arises, was it actually cheaper, any cheaper, if we were to live back in the Victorian times? Let's find out. The first hurdle on our quest is money. Currency. Victorian era money was based on a different system than today's decimal based currency. Linked to that was our weights and measures, which was also a different system. Let's stick with the money side for now. Our currency changed to a decimal system in 1971. The only things that remain the same were the names of the pound and the penny. The old system consisted of pounds, shillings and pence. The new system became just pounds and pence, new pence. There were 240 pennies to make a pound in the old system. In the new system, just 100 new pennies made up a pound. Hence, where the value of a pound was the same in principle, the value of the old penny was reduced. In the old system, the shilling, a silver coin, was made up of 12 old pennies. In the new system, the shilling coin was replaced with a 5p piece. 20 shillings made £1 in the old system. In the new system, 25p coins also made £1. A typical poor family in 1860 living in a town would have had about 12 shillings to spend on food each week. 12 shillings had a spending power in those days equivalent to £89.37 in today's money. A loaf of bread would cost about 3 old pennies. Most of the week's money was spent on bread, leaving little for other necessities. The weekly shop could also include milk, cheese and potatoes. Poor families could only afford meat once a week, and this would have been saved for Sunday lunch, and obviously any leftovers would be eaten the following day. Beer and gin were cheap, costing about 1 old penny. Drink was also easier to get hold of than clean drinking water, and this meant that many people drank alcohol instead of water or anything else, and drunkenness was a problem in some areas. Illness and death were common, especially in children. This was often due to poor diet and malnutrition, although the biggest killer remained dirty drinking water. Many trades delivered things, having delivery boys deliver your order to your house, but not necessarily the poor people could do that. They would go out and get the stuff they needed themselves, and perhaps even a little foraging, or maybe the odd poaching went on, catching a rabbit or fishing in the river. So, was it cheaper living back in Victorian times? Depends on your perspective. It's true that the penny in your pocket had far more spending power than a new penny in our pockets in this day and age. The price of beer, 1 old penny, was cheaper than a loaf of bread at 3 old pennies. So from certain viewpoints it could be said that it was cheaper. And probably, knowing what we know now, if we were back then, we probably would survive and live quite comfortably. But it makes one think, doesn't it? Thanks for watching the video, as always, and I'll see you in another video. Stay safe.